Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama. Does anybody care about these people? Do you really think they can effectually run a nation? Do you think their policies have succeeded? Do you think we've won the wars? Do you think anything good has come out of these policies? Rioting in the streets, Black Lives Matter, which they do, but all lives matter. A country in total upheaval. A country on the brink of just total chaos and utter disaster. Prepositioning military equipment at particular locations in what appears to be nearly training for martial law. Almost as though they know that something bizarre is going to happen in the future. A CIA that keeps more secrets than you ever could keep. They take all your money, they don't tell you what they would do. I'm here to announce my candidacy for President of the United States of America. I am a disabled veteran, 80% disabled. I have PTSD, sleep apnea, a collapsed lung, and a myriad of other things happened to me while I was in the military. I served honorably with distinction and valor. Received an honorable discharge. The conditions of my discharge were somewhat curious. I'd be more than willing to disclose that with you. And I do have a criminal record. I've made mistakes, but I've learned from them. I've recovered. I'm a good man, a righteous man, a man right with the man upstairs. And whether you believe in God or not, I could care less. Separation of church and state, you have the right to believe what you want to believe. Nobody's going to slam religious ideology down your throat. Nobody's going to force you to believe anything. And guess what? If I was president, there'd be an app using biometrics, and you'd be able to vote on each and every single thing I did. And if I ever voted against the will of the people, which would be rare, I'm not saying I would never do it, I would immediately go on television and tell you why. I would give you straightforward answers. I have socio-political reform ideas that would actually function. Ideas for the economy that would actually generate money. There's whole sectors of the economy we could explore. Agriculture, it's a big one. Socio-horticulture. Legalization of marijuana, which is not a drug, rather it's a herb, it's a plant that grows right out of the earth. The race for cures, for diseases, this would be a huge industry. Education, where we would pay you to go to school. It's a real thing, and the numbers add up and I can show them to you. That's right. And a government that at the end of the year, at the end of 8 years, would make more money than it consumed, and instead of paying taxes, the government would simply pay you for being a citizen, as America has more resources than any other nation on earth. Our government's total failure to use these resources is what's gotten us into a tight place. Green energy initiatives, cars that don't run on gas, hydrogen, it's a highly combustible molecule, Tesla energy, free Wi-Fi for all. All these are agendas which I could put in place. I could do this. Our elected officials have failed us. 435 representatives, 100 senators, president and his henchmen, and they are henchmen who absolutely don't work for you anymore. They're like thieves in the night. They know everything about you, and you know nothing about them. I would release every CIA secret that was not something that would absolutely just harm the public. And the secrets I didn't release, I would let you know about them. And I would let you know why they weren't being released. This treasure trove of data goes back to the beginning of time, to our ancestry. It spells out the true biblical story of Cain and Abel, the two most distinctive bloodlines that exist on this earth. You want to know where you came from? I'll also tell you where you're going. With the data set analysis capable that the National Security Administration can produce, I could tell you where the society would go in the future. It wouldn't be easy. The wars overseas, quite simply, we would just make peace pacts. We would agree to disarm our military at the same rate that the rest of the militaries of the world disarmed, to a point where we had a true defensive military, primarily militia, armed by our own U.S. citizens. And if somebody dared to actually invade the homeland of America, our own citizens would be the ones to greet them. Trillions of dollars waste. Welfare system needs total remodification. That does not mean deletion. But the people on welfare generally want to work. I do. I understand that. I'm poor, I'm homeless, I'm broke, and I'm on the streets, making this video, announcing my candidacy. I assure you I could find you jobs that you will want to work in. Jobs will actually pay your bills and pay your utilities. Jobs that will pay you more than your current Social Security payments. Yeah, I'm smart enough to do that. I'm a man of high intelligence. I understand particle physics, astrophysics, theology, history, anatomy, and physiology. I've studied virtually everything. Current events are my favorite. Meteorology's up there. I'm a scientist at heart, a theologian by trade. And I just have a heart that's just this big and just grows every single day. And I work relentlessly for you 6 days a week. I take Saturdays off because I'm Jewish. That doesn't mean you have to be Jewish. I'm openly telling you I'm Jewish. Everybody thinks the Jews secretly run the world. I'm a Jew and I want to run the world from the front. In any event, I don't get elected, I'm fine with that. As long as other people begin making videos like this, announcing their presidency. As long as Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump won the presidency, it'd be a win in my books. Make fun of me. Tear down my criminal history. As you guys do this, I'll be more than happy to tell you what state of mind I was in at the time, how my PTSD and my alcoholism led to the events that transpired about 2 years ago. The only person harmed in the whole thing would be willing to forgive me. I have detachment disorder. I've received mail at 44 different locations in 33 years of life. I've traveled the world, I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, I've lived it. More than can be said for your current elected officials. It's time that a peasant be president. And that's my campaign, peasant for president. Because we are peasants. And the kings of the earth have absolutely massacred us. They've stolen our resources and give us nothing but junk back in return. It's time to get it back, people. I love each and every single one of you, regardless of your race, religious denomination, color of skin, eye color, your thoughts. It's time we band together as humanity, as Americans first. And especially Texans. I do reside with the great state of Texas, figure that. And let's do this. Let's get these videos out, share this. Let's see if we can get a first billion hit YouTube video, multi-billion hit YouTube video. It's that time, people. May God be with us all.